Every May 27th is a notable day set aside for the celebration of children in Nigeria. It is otherwise known as Children's Day. For the Muslim Student Society of Nigeria in Lagos State, May 27th is a day they don't joke with. Its significance goes beyond the Children's Day celebration. It is a day where Muslim students in secondary schools in the state are hosted in their respective locations to a special program called Youth Conference.
Do not say yes when you need to.
The Youth Conference usually holds across the 47 Area Council of Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, which spread across the length and breadth of Lagos State. It creates the right avenue for participants to unlearn, learn, and relearn the new ways of addressing the many challenges they face in the society. The theme of the 2024 edition of the Youth Conference is Vanguards of the Truth. This was discussed across the various venues where the conference was held in the states. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in one of his noble quotes admonishes Muslims on being vanguards of the truth when he said, "Speak the truth even when it is bitter." For the Muslim Student Society of Nigeria MSSN, Ejigbo Area Council of the Noble Faith-Based Student Society, this year's conference was a huge success. It recorded a massive attendance of participants who were majorly students from secondary schools of the constituent communities with the council covers, which are estates, Okeafa, Ejigbo, Egbe, and their environments.
You must always be a good example.
Guiding the participants through the theme of the conference is Mr. Ibrahim Fatoyinbo, a communication consultant and erudite scholar who lectures at the Department of Mass Communication, Lagos State Polytechnic, now Lagos State University of Science and Technology, LASUSTECH.
I had a paper, I was not speaking on assumption.
Speaking about the importance of searching for knowledge and being vanguards of truth, Mr. Fatoyinbo enlightens the participants, giving them real-life experiences and dimensions to the theme of the day.
I grew up in an environment that is not even really good to train a child. I lived with my parents in Agege for 19 years. Growing up, I don't know what alarm is, anything called alarm. All I can just hear is that when I started hearing Ogba Bega, I know that it's already 5:30. Telling you that how close my house is to a garage where we have different people smoking, drinking, doing all sorts of things. But guess what? Not for one day in my life I've ever joined them to say because my house is close to a garage or a garage, how you want to pronounce it, that I should join the bandwagon. I decided to do that because I knew Allah at a very, very young age. Because I realized that the best thing that can happen to me is to have a good relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As a young Muslim, it is very important for you to be very determined. As a Muslim and you are representing Islam, you must always be a good example.
The guest speaker takes charge of the session in a unique way, whereby he engages the participant. He made the session interactive as it takes time to evaluate the level of comprehension of some of the participants.
That is not about force, but by choice. It's not by force, but about choice.
Now, thank you.
Aside the insightful section, participants had a timeout among themselves where they engaged in panel discussions, spelling bees, games, and a few other fun moments.
DOBLETHINK. Right or wrong? Right or wrong?
As participants recount the many lessons learned at this year's youth conference, they appreciate the organizers for hosting them to a remarkable and fun-filled program.
Firstly, I've learned that in life it's not by force to have friends. Having friends is by choice and not by force. And also, as Muslims, wherever we are, we have to show our image that we are vanguard of truth and not vanguard of falsehood. That wherever we are, we say the truth and not falsehood.
What I also learned from today's discussion was that it was also fun. They taught us about their school experiences and how for us to have experience in life, so that we can also overcome the challenges that we have in our life and in our coming future.
My word for the organizers is that they should continue teaching kids that should be truthful, should be hardworking, because children, we are the kind of people that we learn and we forget. So the more you encourage us, the more we know, the more we remember, we forget to remember, and at a point to stick to us.
Many of them are already looking forward to next year's May 27th in order to have a similar experience, just like the just concluded one. The chairman of the Youth Conference Planning Committee, Mr. Ibrahim Oke, talked about the significance of the theme of the conference.
We want to return back to the heritage of Islam, which is being truthful, being holiness, and be a Rabbaniya in terms of godliness. So we see that we need to flush out a lot of things in the society. So that's why we thought of bringing this down this topic down to the society, down to school, down to secondary school, where they can imbibe culture of saying the truth whenever, in any cases they find themselves.
He, however, appreciates everyone who has supported the organizers and helped in making the conference a success.